Hi, I'm B-Rad, and welcome to B-Rad Games. Alright, today I got something pretty cool I want to show you. There's something I've been looking at for a little while. I felt like the deal was right, and I just had to pick it up. I don't really want to waste any time here, I just want to get to it, so here it is, I'm going to show it to you. This is it. This is Atari 2600 video game system. Or it's actually the video computer system, excuse me. This is pretty awesome. This is one of the first video games I ever played. Actually, it probably is the first video game I ever played. It's one of the first video game systems that pretty much anybody ever had in their home. People used to play in the arcade, so being able to play video games in your house was a really awesome thing. It has this cool wood grain looking front on it. It's one of the 6-switch Atari 2600s. They came with a 4-switch model. They came with an Atari 2600 Junior as well. Anyway, this is cool. I really like this. And I don't know what to say. I think it's just so awesome. I used to play it as a kid a lot, and until I moved up to games like Sega and Nintendo, this was just really awesome. Spent many hours playing this. Of course, I got some Atari 2600 joystick paddles. These are pretty cool too. They're just a joystick. One button, that's all you needed to play games on that system back then. It was really cool. I mean, they came with a couple accessories. I think there was a keypad thing that they had for some games, but pretty much almost every game used this. There was also some sliders, slider pan, like joysticks that you could use. I don't have any of those right now, but there was some pretty cool games that you could play with those. I think like Warlords used those. I can't remember exactly. Anyway, because I got the Atari 2600, of course you have to have some games to play on it, so let me show you what I got. Okay, this one is awesome. It's a classic. I probably don't need to talk about it much because I'm pretty sure everybody knows what it is. This is Space Invaders. It's Space Invaders. That's what it is. Space Invaders is pretty awesome. But one thing that's kind of cool about it, which maybe you know about this, you might not, is when they were developing the game, the aliens that come down the screen, they come down the screen and you have to keep trying to shoot them. There's a lot of them, and the game ran kind of slow, and the more you shoot them, it runs faster and faster until you get to the last one, and he goes really fast. Well, that wasn't intentional at first. The Atari 2600, excuse me, and just the hardware and everything, the way the game ran, it was just limitations of the hardware. They didn't mean for it to speed up like that. But when they were testing the game and they tried it out, they realized it was a lot of fun, so they kept the game that way. It was originally supposed to run at 1 speed or something like that. But anyway, that's a short story of Space Invaders. Pretty cool game, pretty classic game, one that you probably should have. Okay, this next one, this is doesn't have a label on the front. It's called Burger Time. I actually remember playing the old 8-bit Nintendo version of this, but when I saw it for Atari and I got a really good deal on it, I decided to give it a shot. Now, I did play this already. I've played most of these Atari 2600 games already, and this one was really cool. It was a lot of fun. The graphics are really not what I'm used to, but the gameplay was still there. It was pretty much the same game. It was a lot of fun, and I don't know if I want to highly recommend this one, but if you find it for really cheap, it's a really fun game. Honestly, the 8-bit Nintendo one's really cool. The colors are better, and you can see what you're doing better. Like pretty much you're running over a maze, or like a grid with levels, and you have to run over parts of hamburgers, and they fall down to the bottom level and complete a full-made hamburger. And it just looks better on older systems, or sorry, newer systems like a 8-bit Nintendo. Alright, this game is a pretty awesome game. This is Pitfall. They made lots of Pitfall sequels and stuff. I'm looking for Pitfall 2. I was really hoping to find that one. It's actually one that I'd like to play even more than this one, but the original Pitfall is a very classic game. You're running through a jungle, you jump over alligator heads, you're swinging over vines, over pits, finding gold, jumping over scorpions. Really cool game. Alright, this next game, this one is equally just as awesome. This is Miss Pac-Man. They came out with Pac-Man and then Miss Pac-Man, and I believe they even came out with a Junior Pac-Man. And the original Pac-Man was great in the arcade, but the Atari 2600 version was not so great. I think it's one of the games that helped contribute to the fall of the video game industry back in like 1983. It just wasn't that great. Anyway, Miss Pac-Man is a lot better. The mazes in the game, they resemble the arcade a lot more. It's definitely not like the original Pac-Man for 2600. The sounds are better, the animations are better. It was just a better overall experience. If you want to play Pac-Man on Atari 2600, I highly recommend this one over the original Pac-Man. Alright, this next game is probably one of my more favorite games to play on Atari 2600. This is called River Raid. It's a top-down shooter game. I love those kind of games. They're really cool. What's neat about this is pretty much you're going, guess you're like in a valley or something, and if you touch the walls, you will die. You have to shoot at enemies, and you can also shoot up fuel canisters and stuff, and you get points for that. But your ship runs on fuel, so you can collect them as well. So you gotta try and pace yourself. You know, you can shoot them for points, but if you run out of fuel, you're gonna die. So you know, you gotta collect them, shoot them. I don't know. It's up to you. Anyway, this is a great game. I don't really claim to be that good at it, but it's a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun playing this game. Alright, this is the last Atari 2600 game I have to show for today. This is one I'm pretty sure most of you guys will be familiar with. Anyway, here it is. This is Frogger. Especially if you watch Seinfeld in the 90s, or even just watching it in reruns or DVD or Netflix or whatever. This is a great game. That was a funny episode of Seinfeld. You know, you're Frogger. You're trying to get across the highway. You have to dodge the traffic, cars and trucks. You have to get across the river on the other side. So you have to jump across logs and lily pads and get all the frogs to safety. Now, when I played this one, it was fun, but it was hard. It was a lot harder than I remember. I died a lot quicker and faster than I thought I was going to. It was still a lot of fun, but do I ever need some practice to get good at it? Anyway, Frogger is a great classic game. I just want to mention, before I go on to some more of the stuff that I've got here, that I'm really looking forward to showing some gameplay videos of this Atari 2600 system and some of the games. These are great games, and so over the next week or so, I'm probably going to start doing some. If you guys want to see any of these games specifically, please mention in the comments. Alright, I got some Sega Master System games, because Sega Master System is one of my favorite systems, or one of my favorite consoles. I love it, and here we go. I got some light gun games. I love the Sega Light Phaser. 8-bit NES was a great system, and it had a lot of great, amazing games. People probably remember them even more than the Sega Master System. But one thing I thought it was lacking, it was light gun games. It did have some good ones, but I thought Sega ones were overall better, and I thought there was more of them as well. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Please, if you disagree or you want to talk about it, please mention it in the comments. Anyway, here's what I got. This is Rambo 3. Rambo 3, you know, it's Rambo 3 just like the movie. It's really cool. It's Rambo, it's a light gun game. The Sega Master System version has pretty awesome graphics. And not only that, but look at this box art. That's pretty awesome, huh? Usually Sega Master System has pretty lame box art overall, but this one's pretty cool. It has graphics, looks like Stallone, you know, just from the movie. Pretty awesome. Alright, here's another one. This is Gangster Town. This is another light gun game. This is a pretty awesome game. I used to actually own this one. Yeah, I own this one, yes. It was pretty awesome. I remember playing it a lot. I could never finish it because that last level was so hard and so fast. But I did play it, and I got pretty far into it, so I'm going to keep at it and see if I can get any farther in it or possibly beat this game. It's a really cool game. You know, you're shooting at gangsters. I think it's set in the 1940s, possibly. I'm not sure. Oh no, it says in the 1920s, and you're working as an FBI agent, so that's pretty cool. Great game. If you guys like light gun games, then this is an awesome one to play. Alright, one more Sega Master System game I want to show you guys. This is Rampage. You guys know what Rampage is. I think you do. If you do not, then what you are is you're a gorilla, or you're a lizardman, or you're a wolfman, and you are trying to destroy buildings. You climb up them and destroy them and smash them and punch them, and you can gobble up little people, and all the while the military is shooting at you. There's helicopters flying around and tanks, and you can destroy and crush them. What's really cool, now that I have this Rampage game, is I recently found out that there's actually a Rampage movie coming out. It has The Rock in it and stuff. I watched the trailer, and I mean, you know, it looks like a lot of CGI and stuff, but I mean, it's Rampage and it's a movie. I kind of want to check it out. I'm going to do a gameplay video of this one probably pretty soon, especially since that movie's coming out. So please let me know if you're interested in that. Nonetheless, I'm probably going to do it anyway. Rampage for Sega Master System. Excuse me, Sega Master System. This is such an awesome game, and I'm really glad to have it in my collection, and I can't wait to do a gameplay video. Alright, here's something else I just picked up. I guess I'm just going to show it off. This is kind of it's a Sega Rapid Fire unit. It has for button 1 and button 2. It originally came with a control stick, which is kind of funny because it was left-handed. The buttons were for your left hand, the joystick was with your right hand. So it was kind of weird, and I don't think it sold that well, but it came packaged with this Rapid Fire unit. Now I didn't get the joystick, I just got the Rapid Fire unit because that's all I really wanted. But this is pretty cool. Now I can play it Rapid Fire. Well, those are pretty much all the games that I got recently. I'm really excited to try a lot of them. Like I said, I want to do some videos. The Atari 2600 was awesome, and I wanted to do some gameplay videos, so if you guys want to see any of those specifically, please let me know. Also, the Sega games, or any games, you want to see any of those, please let me know, and I'll start doing some gameplay videos. I also have a PSVR. It's really cool. I got a few pretty awesome games. I got Until Dawn Rush of Blood. That's a really great game. I've never played an Until Dawn game. I know that there's one for PS3, and it's not quite like the VR game, but the VR game that I played is really cool, and I'd love to do a video of it. It's scary and it's fun. I also have Resident Evil 7, if you guys are thinking about scary games. That one's cool too. It is really creepy. I'm a big fan of Resident Evil. Just so you guys know, I also have a pretty cool Resident Evil collection, so I wouldn't mind showing that to you guys if you're interested. For more PSVR, I also have a Farpoint. I wouldn't mind doing that one. And I actually have quite a few games, but I'm just trying to mention the ones that I think would be really more interesting, or the ones that interested me the most. One of the best ones I played, which I definitely am going to do a video of, is this game called Super Hot. If you don't already know about it, it's really awesome. In VR, it's an amazing game. I know they released like a 2D version you can play and just watch on your TV, and it does look cool, but to me, the VR seems the way to go. Practically, you put on this helmet, and there's an enemy shooting at you or trying to punch you and stuff, and you can dodge their bullets in slow motion. It's almost like you're in the Matrix. It's really crazy. I'd love to do a video of that one, so please let me know if you're interested in that. But I'm probably going to do it anyway. Alright, that's pretty much it for today. Thank you guys very much for watching. Thanks to all my subscribers. Also, anybody else who's watching right now and you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Please like these videos. I would love to do more. I'm having a really great time doing this, and I hope you guys are too. So please, thank you very much, and have yourselves a good week.